today's video, this is a redo and of what to eat when you're on your cycle, what to eat while you're on your period. So the reason why I am redoing this video, just simply because the last time I redid it last year, the last time I did that video last year, I didn't realize that I went in there, ran it back, watched it, and I'm like, from a certain point on to the end of the video, it was muted. And that was my mistake. I've always said on this channel, and prior to this, handful of times, that, and I still live by it, is that my mistakes are y'all's lessons. So without further ado, I ain't gonna hold you any longer. So the first thing to remember is that as a woman, your cycle is going to bring about, this is rewind that back, let me reverse. The week before your cycle is going to present some challenges when it comes to your food cravings. You're going to crave a whole lot of things that are not necessarily healthy, but they want it. Okay, and if you want healthier alternatives or just get as close to healthy a wee bit and making adjustments, I'm going to share with you all what I've been doing that's been helping me. So the week before, you're going to start to notice that you're going to have specific cravings for things, either sweets, chocolates, sweets of other types that aren't chocolate, burgers, fries, sandwiches, like that. And I'm going to give you the difference between meat eaters and not. Okay. So the very first thing a couple of things you need to be aware of that week before is that the week before your menstrual cycle comes on, you need to be aware of what you're eating, because one, whatever you eat is going to hit you later when it comes and a little bit after. Two, once your cycle is completely gone, water weight or actual weight is going to pile on. Okay, that's all. Let me take my hair down. They're looking a little crazy. Excuse me, they're looking like tentacles. Like, what in the world? Well, we can still talk while I take these down. That's all right. Number two, caffeine is not your best friend on your period. It's just not. It's not going to be your best friend. And the reason why caffeine is not going to be your best friend is because on your period, because it may taste good at the time. Could look, you'll be sitting up there taking ibuprofen or going through natural methods and be wondering why you're in pain. It contributes to the pain, the aches, the cramps. So it's not a good idea. When it comes to eating, you want to eat as clean as you can. Now, I know mostly on your cycle you're going to crave the unhealthy stuff. Okay. I have learned about the what's behind craving burgers and sandwiches and stuff like that. And that's because there's a process that happens in your body. I'm not a medical professional, by the way. Hello, JC or Jace. I don't know. Please let me know how to pronounce your name. I don't want to mispronounce it. Anywho, there's a process that happens in your body that makes you crave that type of stuff. Your hormones, and it goes deeper than that. So you want to opt for, instead of fried foods, I know, look. You're talking about trying to find a needle in a haystack. Talking about don't eat fried food during your period. Look, I know how I feel. And opt for baked over fried, steamed over fried. Opt for air fried, no oil. The goal is no oil. If you're going to go for fried, air fried. I know it don't taste the best, but it's going to taste healthy and it's going to be better for you. Also, your sleep is affected while you're on your menstrual cycle as well. You be tired because of the obvious that's taking place, or if you don't eat well, it's you're gonna double whammy because of what you're eating. There's enough going on in that in the reproductive system, enough in its preparation week before actually 28-day cycle of before your period comes on. But if you eat junk food, I know it's hard. Look, I'm a woman. I know it's gonna hit you twice as hard. Burgers, try your best. Pan fried with as less oil as possible. If not, try a non-greasy oil like coconut oil unless you're allergic, avocado oil unless you're allergic, olive oil unless you're allergic. And if you're allergic to all those, a neutral oil, sesame, peanut. If you can't touch none of those because of allergies or allergens, unsalted butter is going to be your best friend. I'm just saying that might be the safest option. Now, if you're allergic to that, I don't know what to tell you, and then I might have to go and do some homework for you. Okay. Chicken, air fried, baked, steamed, pan fried with as little oil as possible, or unsalted butter. You want to also eliminate salts out of there because your body is already going to be taking in enough sodium. And I'm not saying, look, I'm not a medical professional, but I assume with the cravings that you're going to have, sis, the week before your cycle and then the week of, you don't want to take in any additional salt or sodium. I'm not a dietitian either, into your body either. You want to opt for herbs, spices, unless you're allergic to any of these: garlic powder, onion powder. If it doesn't bother you, spices, hot, cayenne pepper. Opt for something to swap out as much sodium and salt, table salt specifically, as much as you possibly can. And then tailor those to your taste. Now, here's something I have eaten regardless of whether or not I've been on my cycle or not. Cranberry sauce, the jellied, the one you put on a plate and it just wobbles everywhere. That, a little bit of whipped cream, a little bit of white sugar. I would say, because I've made the switch, brown sugar. Sprinkle brown sugar, a little bit of brown sugar, a little bit of whipped cream, and dice up the cranberry, out the jellied cranberry like that. Now, if you like the chunky cranberry sauce, you could do that. If you want to take the fattening calories out of it, keep the jellied cranberry or the chunky cranberry sauce. Either or. Opt out of the whipped cream. Don't put it in there and just sprinkle with brown sugar. The reason why I put the brown sugar or white sugar was what I was starting to do. The white sugar on top of the jellied cranberry sauce is because by itself it's so acidic, it's so sour, it's so tart. So putting the brown sugar on top of it and the whipped cream, my little little bit of healthy treat to help crave the, just kind of, hey, I'm having a sweet tooth. Let's not chuck a whole thing of snack cakes, okay? Look, I know. Look, I'm not here to judge you. You talking to somebody who used to chuck the snack cakes. All right. Jelly cranberry sauce or the chunky. Whipped cream, brown sugar. You can take the whipped cream out if you're concerned about the calories. That's fine. I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a dietitian. Okay, I'm going to keep saying that whole lot throughout here. The brown sugar is going to cancel out the sour taste and the tartness of the cranberry. Cranberry is tart like cherry. Y'all know what I mean, for those that know. If you don't, make yourself a little batch of it, okay? It's so sour, just like I can't stand to eat it on its own, so you have to dress it up. Put a little brown sugar on top. The brown sugar is a healthier swap. It's a healthier swap for sugar. If you're not allergic, coconut sugar. Any other sugar except for the white refined, or get the natural sugar cane before it's going through its refined process, like that. Sprinkle a little bit on top so it cancels out that tartness, that almost sourness, almost acidic taste, and then you'll be able to enjoy it. You can either put the whipped cream in there or opt out of the whipped cream if you're worried about the calories. Okay. This is all my personal recommendations that I got from the good Lord Almighty. Okay, that's good. Chocolate. You might want to opt for making your own hot chocolate. If it's in the summer, you have a chocolate craving, turn it into a milkshake. Get yourself a good blender. Buy the ingredients. Get the semi-sweet, bitter, dark chocolate, and then get you something else to make. Make a chocolate smoothie where you know everything that's going in it, and then put some healthier options in that shake. And then when you drink that, you're going to feel fuller. Make sure it's protein based. So don't just put the cocoa powder in there. Bitter, dark chocolate, the bittersweet cocoa powder. Put a protein powder in there. Drink it. Protein tends to fill you up pretty regularly. Peanut butter, however you want to put it in there, and it's going to make you feel fuller and not feel like you want to scarf down all them Hershey bars. I should know. I'm not here to judge you. Okay? Still think about a Hershey bar a time or two when that time comes. If you are going to eat candy, instead of chocolate, and you don't want to do the chocolate protein shake to make you feel fuller, you have one glass. You have half a glass and kind of feel fuller. Fruit snacks, but don't get the traditional fruit snack. Get the kind that say 100% real fruit. Okay, I'm not gonna call out no brands. You're not gonna get me in trouble. Look, the healthiest. You ever heard of fruit by the foot? I grew up with that. Don't get that. Get the healthier option where you can actually see the seeds in the strawberry. It's fruit leather. Look for fruit leather like that, or you look to make it on directions and steps on how to make it. Do it that way, because the more of the fruit that you can taste in it, it's still going to hit that sweet craving the way you like it, and it's not going to be chocolate. You talk to somebody, look, baby. Snickers, Zero, cookies and cream, Hershey, Payday, Three Musketeers. Don't do that. Hello, SG. Appreciate you. If you're just joining, we're talking about what to eat while you're on your period, your menstrual cycle, because the first one I did last year, I didn't realize that. Y'all only heard me about maybe 20 to 30% of the video, and the rest was muted, and I didn't realize it until I watched it back. And then I was like mad, I'm like, y'all didn't get the information needed, so this is the redo of it because y'all deserve it. Okay. Yeah. God won't let me forget this. If you're gonna get fruit snacks, let the fruit be seen, the strawberry seeds. Dried fruit is another one. Dried cranberries, dried apricots, dried peaches. I don't see enough of those. Dried strawberries. I feel like I don't see enough of those. But you might see them a bit more than the dried peaches. Dried kiwi. Do they do dried grapes? All of that. Exactly. It's just, hey, you just gotta work with it. Get yourself a bunch of dried fruits And then don't rely solely on dried fruits. You want to make sure you get fresh fruit as well. The dried fruits is the backup for when you don't feel like doing the fresh fruits, or you're not good with eating them right away and they tend to go bad. Then you waste your money. So save yourself a corn and get the dried fruit. Okay. Um Now if you have a soda craving, I don't really like to drink soda unless it calls for it. And your menstrual cycle will take you through all kinds of cramps and stuff where it's like, oh, let me chuck a Sprite, let me chuck a Mountain Dew. Look, I'm not approving you to drink caffeine filled drinks. I'm just acknowledging as a woman that's had a menstrual cycle for a long time. Um, you don't want to do that long across a long period of time. Okay, I'll give you a couple alternatives. Have a good night, SG. This will go up, so you'll be able to run it back from when you left off or from the beginning. Either's fine. Um, some good alternatives when you're craving soda. Um, Sparkling water. They used to come out. I don't know if they still do it. Sparkling water, and it's carbonated. You don't want to get in the habit of that. I'm just saying, just some slightly better alternatives, because if you don't notice, when you drink regular soda versus something that is similar, you tend to feel heavier. You don't want to feel anything heavier from what you're eating, and in this case, drinking the week before or during the week of your period, because you're already going to feel tired. You don't want something making you more tired. You feel me? The sugar, the fried foods, the grease, the fattening calories and stuff is just going to pow pow. Next thing you know, you wake up, you just sleeping and sleeping and sleeping. You got stuff to do. Okay, I'm pretty sure you got some stuff to do. Flavored water, strawberry. It's clear in a bottle and it's labeled black cherry, strawberry, and it come in the other like that. It's just sweet enough. It's like a clear soda, carbonated. You want to be careful with those just because they're carbonated, made with carbonated water. Be careful. What they have nowadays, some drink something with probiotics in it. If you had to make yourself a smoothie, that's good. That's falling back to what you could substitute for the chocolate craving. If you get chocolate bars, get the bittersweet chocolate. The milk chocolate is probably not going to be your best friend, I'm telling you from experience. Get the deep dark chocolate, the bitter chocolate, dark chocolate. Get that. It's going to be slightly bitter, but you're getting next to the closest form of it. And this is if you don't feel like doing the chocolate shake where you take your cocoa powder and bittersweet. It's still the same, and adding a protein powder in there so that when you drink it, you feel fuller. If you're going to chocolate bar route, if you're going to chocolate bar route, you want to make sure that you are dark, bittersweet chocolate. Not a dietitian, not a medical professional, just telling you from experience. That way, you're still getting your sweet craving taken care of, but you're not entertaining the milk, which could upset your tummy. You see what I'm saying? Like that. You want to opt for home cooked meals now. Let me just be real with you. Like any other time on this channel, these oodles and thousands of times. If you're new here, you're about to hear me say this for the first time, and then you can run it back and watch anything else, or leave a comment if you feel like I haven't covered something. You might not feel like cooking during your menstrual cycle. Here's what I suggest to do the week before, and this is something I'm suggesting to myself. The week before, and only you know when your cycle is, and when the week before, you can kind of, especially if you're tracking it, because they got period trackers out here. Okay, week before, stock up on your snacks or whatever you know you're going to eat or more likely to be craving, including whole good wholesome food where you can cook a meal prep, pre-season everything, or get it pre-seasoned. Get your portion size together. put it in containers you want to put it. Do all of that. That's gonna come in handy because then you could just look crock pot city. Okay, air fryer town. Okay, that's gonna come in handy if you don't want to be standing over that stove. Uh, honorable, kind of honorable mention microwave, but if you can air fry your crock pot, put that thing on. Now, if you don't feel like doing the week before, and you know the week before is hitting you, slapping you, right in your neck, metaphorically speaking, it's 10 you up. Um, throw something in the crock pot, couple ingredients the night before. Try your hardest to get out of bed the night before. Set that thing on low, put them seasonings in there. You'll wake up to it. You can eat off that the whole week and you won't have to worry about it. Now, the thing is, if you get bored with eating stuff easily or you crave other stuff, it's just like, look, you're going to have to narrow down for the sake of saving coins in your pocketbook, and for the sake of your health during that time, to make sure you're not eating anything that is detrimental to your menstrual cycle. Because it doesn't matter what you eat. You'll go from feeling groggy, eating the fried food and the sweets and stuff, to if you make these little tiny switches in your food choices, can make you feel that much more energetic. Also, you want to make sure, if you aren't already taking your multivitamin, don't stop it just because you're the week before or the week of on your menstrual cycle. In fact, that's one time you don't want to stop. I don't care if you gotta use all your muster of your strength of all 5 fingers in one of your hands and be like, oh, sorry. to take your multivitamins. You don't want to be fighting for your life. Metaphorically speaking. You don't want to be doing that. Okay? You don't want to do that. Also, make sure you get enough rest. I know it feels like you be, for those that know, they know. It feels like you be sleeping all the time, but one of the best things you could do, even if you're a person, you're a woman that I got to get stuff done, but my menstrual cycle is on, you still want to make time for taking naps. I understand now the push for naps that they made as a kid growing up. And running up to those years of becoming a preteen and a teenager and then into adulthood. By the time I got to adulthood, I'm like, yeah, napping. No. Nap for 500, Alex. Okay. It's going to make all the difference. Plan your naps. Because the more well rested you are, on top of eating better, on top of making slightly healthier switches to what you crave, either savory, the burgers, the pasta, the fried foods, and the sweet, chocolate, fruits and stuff. You make those little switches on top of getting good rest, on top of taking your multivitamins, the better off you're going to be. You're going to be a bit more energetic if you do that. Now, I don't think I have anything else for you, but this one's on me because I couldn't have y'all watching a video and nearly 80 to 90% of it is muted because it's a mistake I made. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to talk about this again. I just don't